Let's meet the starters for tonight. Kicking first for the Wildcats. Number 1, Amy Evans. Number 5, Chanel Garcia. Number 9, Logan Smith. Number 10, Emily Aarons. Number 11, Omari Young. And number 18, Kaylee Atkins. Bruins. Number 5, Kirsten Hoops. Number 9, Timber Cruz. Number 10, Catherine Hoops. Number 12, Kyra Ricker. Number 14, Faith Layla. Number 15, Emma Riddle. And the libero for the Bruins, number 8, Caitlin Langcrow. The Bruins are coached by Dr. Vicky Denny. She's assisted by Lou Denny, Krista Schlichting, Daniel Heffernan, and Lorna Gaston.
We've got a full slate of Bruins activity here tonight. The Lady Bruins coming into this one in the midst of an 8-game winning streak, and they hope to keep that alive here as they welcome the Johnson and Wales University Wildcats. Hey folks, Johnny Gammett bringing you the call here tonight. Lady Bruins, as I said, a absolute red-hot streak going as they come into Tuesday night's matchup. 8 straight wins, 12 of their last 13, and including a 5 straight match sweep in terms of their last 5 opponents they have swept. So they will be in for a tough opponent here tonight as they take on Johnson and Wales University. Second time that these two programs have met over the course of the season. Winning up in Charlotte a couple of weeks ago by a score of 3-1. We will try to keep you updated with what's going on outside as well, as we have a men's soccer match going on right now as well. And if you'd like to pull up both streams simultaneously, I won't hold it against you. And I will just go ahead and preface as well that we are having some issues with the score bug on our webcast. There's a couple of things that are certain in life: death, taxes, and us having some score bug issues. So we are trying as quickly as we can to get those resolved. Keep your volume up, and I'll be sure to go above and beyond in terms of the scoreboard and keeping you updated on what the score is. It'll be Kirsten Hoops getting things going for the Bruins. What a freshman campaign that she has had this year. Already almost 700 assists for the freshman. Her and her sister, Catherine, have certainly made an impact in their first season with the club. The Bruins getting a quick point there right off the bat. And one of the things in talking to Coach Denny after some of these home games is she has really been impressed with the way the block has been up front for the Bruins these last couple of games. She said it really has fed into the offensive rhythm that the team is able to get going, as when you can have that defense up front, things just seem to work that much better. It is 1-1, now make it 2-1 off a big kill from Kyra Rickard, as the Bruins now up 2-1 here in set 1. Back to the outside, again blocked at the net, but this one going to fall out of play. And so, unfortunately, that'll result in a point. We're back at 2-2 here in set number 1. Wildcats now back on the serve. That's Aarons with her opportunity. Back to Timber Cruz, trying for that back row kill. Wildcats coming back. Lane Crone, another one of her digs. We're going to keep track of her digs on this evening, as Caitlin Langcrone is just 14 away from 1,000 career digs. And what a career that she has had for the Lady Bruins. Timber Cruz giving the Bruins the kill and a 3-2 lead here in set number 1. It's Langcrone with the service. Back row, I believe we may have had that one tipped, but referee saw it differently. Bruins will get the point, make it 4-2 here in set one. Make it out of play once again. It'll be 5-2. This one tipped at the net. Hoops keeping it alive. And the Bruins are just going to have to send it over free ball. Wildcats coming back the other way. A good strike that time by Amy Evans. And there's going to be a violation, though, on the Wildcats. And that'll make it 6-2 here in set number one in favor of the Bruins. Lane Crone back to serve once again. Sending this one short. Tapped over. Lane Crone again with the dig. Hoops serving it up for Emma Riddle, the lone senior, getting it done early in the first set. And it's a 7-2 advantage for BJU. A timeout for the Wildcats. That's the way you want to start a set, and that has been key for the Bruins in this initial 8-game winning streak, is their ability, particularly on Saturday when they played against Payne College and Carolina University, in all of those matchups, just the ability to jump out to that 5-1, 6-1, 8-1 run. It really puts a team back on their heels and makes them have to dig deep to try to battle back into the game. Marriott Hotel of Greenville is the official hotel of your BJU Bruins. They're located off Woodruff Road. Marriott is a brand new hotel offering great amenities at a great facility. Book your next stay online, choicehotels.com. And thanks for tuning in here tonight, wherever you may be tuning in from. Bruins and Wildcats, second meeting for these two teams this year. Bruins leading 7-2 in this first set. Again, as I said, having some issues with the score bug on our webcast. So unfortunately, yours truly is going to have to serve as the scoreboard tonight until hopefully we get that fixed. We are on chat with support right now. So hopefully we can get that sorted out. And the score will be back up momentarily. Faith Blaylock trying to get it up. Tapped back the other way. Another great kill right at the net by Amy Evans. That makes it 7-3. And Coach Phillips in her 13th season with the Wildcats. A well-timed timeout right there. We've talked about it before, the importance of utilizing those timeouts. You only get 2 of them each set. And particularly when the score was beginning to run away, you want to stop the bleeding and try to stop momentum as much as you can and make it back-to-back points, as a big block by Amari Young right at the net makes it 7-4 now in set number one. Riddle trying to tap it over. And I believe we're going to have a violation here on the Wildcats. Make it 8-4 in set one now as Eden Swihart comes in to serve. She's another one that's been instrumental for the team's success, particularly back in the serve. And she showed you it right there, almost an ace. And it is going to result in a point for the Bruins as the Wildcats not able to send it back over. It is 9-4 here in set number one. Free ball. Lane Crone to Hoops, back across to Riddle. Hammers it down. The block was effective that time. Wildcats keep it alive, coming back the other way, and it's going to be out. It looked awfully close to that line. We don't have the tennis replay, although I read an article the other day that Volleyball is thinking about that kind of technology, perhaps. But, of course, you're talking about years before that would come down to the college and high school levels just from an affordability standpoint. Timber Cruz coming back the other way, kept alive. Emma Riddle now trying for the back row kill. Bruins have a 6-point advantage here, 10-4 in set one. Back across to Riddle, tapped over, great dig that time. Hoops, dumps it over. Something she's done so effectively in her freshman campaign. Again, we talked about her assists, but one hallmark of a good setter is the ability to catch the defense off guard, and she did so that time. 11-4 here in set number one. Hoops serving it up for Timber Cruz. That's going to be out of play, and it'll be a point for the Wildcats. 11-5 here in set number one. Hoops back across to Timber Cruz. Good dig that time by the Wildcats. Now Swihart keeps it alive. Hoops back outside to Cruz. She'll try it again. Cross-court kill opportunity. No good. Free ball now for the Bruins as Lancrone serves it up to Hoops. Back over to Riddle. That one was tipped two different times, and it'll result in the point for the Bruins. 12-5 here in set number one. Timber Cruz back on the serve, and that's going to be another point. Bruins get back-to-back points, 13-5 in set number one. Cruz effective once again. Another free ball served up. Hoops outside to Hoops. The Hoops connection is going to result in another point for the Bruins. Make it 14-5 in set number one. Cruz sending this one over. Lancrone keeps that one alive. Swihart just sending it over. Free ball opportunity for the Wildcats now. They're hoping to stop the bleeding. And a back row kill. That one finding the back corner. And it'll be a point for the Wildcats. Stops the Bruins' run momentarily, 14-6. The Bruins still with the upper hand. Hoops. Back outside to Riddle, and now back-to-back points for the Wildcats as an attack error that time by Emma Riddle. Served by Seymour Tucker, and good dig, keeping it alive by Young that time. Wildcats coming back the other way. Hoops outside to Catherine Hoops. Good defense by Johnson of Wales. Swihart with the back row dig. And Lancrone going to have to just send it over. 14-7 our score here in set one. Cruz keeps it alive. Riddle back to Hoops. And again, Amari Young doing a great job of picking up those tips that are blocked at the front. That is a difficult task. Back across, Hoops tries for the kill opportunity. This has been a long volley. Swihart back to Riddle. Young keeps it alive. Now back to the outside, blocked at the net, and it's going to fall in place. That long volley results in a point for the Bruins. 15-7 here in set one. Emma Riddle, as I mentioned, the lone senior. She'll be honored on Friday night at the homecoming match. It's also senior night for the Bruins. As I said, lone senior for the team, and what an impactful career she has had over the past 4 years here with the Lady Bruins. Instrumental in the team winning 3 straight in her career, but 4 straight national championships. Hoops serving it up for Rickard, and that's blocked by Amy Evans right up front. Make it 15-9 here in set number 1. Hoops to Hoops. Off that front line, Wildcats keep it alive. Make it 16-9 here for the Bruins in this opening set. And another service error, so both times the Bruins have gotten their points. They have then essentially given it away with a service error. Make it 16-10 here in set number 1. Hoops. Back row kill by the freshman. She garnered another National Player of the Week nomination this last week. Didn't win it, but was up in the running again as she makes it 17-10. And again, a lot of people coming into this season, especially with All-American and captain Victoria Glaze out the entire season, a lot of people thought, who's going to be that outside hitter for the Bruins? And I know I've heard my buddy Nate, who usually calls these games, I know I've heard him talk several times about it. It was one of those things where the Bruins have, in essence, become a three-headed monster up front. You've got Hoops, you've got Cruz, you've got Riddle, you've got Blaylock. You've got so many weapons that several times this year the Bruins have had 3, sometimes 4 different players in double figures for kills. And when you have that kind of velocity on offense, it makes you incredibly difficult to stop. Make it 19-10 after that back row kill by Timber Cruz. You got to wonder when Coach Phillips will use that last timeout. I would venture to guess that it might be right here, 20-10. She is going to hold on to it for now. Bruins have taken control in this first set. Hoops back to serve once again. Serving it up, and another attack error. Make it 21-10 here in set number 1. Blocked at the net by Rickard and Blaylock. Make it 22-10 here in set number 1. Hoops back to serve again. That short serve, effective. Hoops back over to Blaylock, and Blaylock with a back row kill. Bruins just 2 points away from a set 1 win. 23-10 is our score. And again, the key during this 8-game winning streak has been their ability to jump out to that early lead. And then the team has just never looked back, particularly in this first set. Free ball for the Bruins. Hoops to Rickard. Blocked at the net by Amy Evans. That's her 3rd solo block of this first set. She's been a monster up front for the Wildcats. But unfortunately for Johnson of Wales, they have just not been able to sustain that offensive rhythm. That one blocked at the net again, but it's going to find its way to the floor, so that'll be a kill for Timber Cruz. Emma Riddle checks back in, Reichard out. And we are on set point for the Bruins. 24-11 is our score here in set number 1. And that's going to find its way to the floor, make it 24-12. Bruins still have that set point. Substitutions coming in for the Wildcats. Cruz, Hoops, serving it up for Blaylock. Bring the hammer down for set 1 win. Bruins take the opening set 25-12. and now have a 1-0 lead in the match. We'll be back in about 3 minutes for set number 2. Stay with us. About to get underway for set number 2. As the Bruins taking set number 1 handily, 25-12. Looking to keep it going here in set number 2. Again, one of the keys to that opening set in set 1 was their ability to jump out to the early lead, and then the team never looked back. It was 7-3, and then from there, I think the Bruins led by 9 or 10 for a majority of the rest of the set before taking that one handily, 25-12. Giving an update on men's soccer outside, currently 1-1 in the middle of the first half. And again, our apologies. We are still trying to get that score bug issue sorted out. Hopefully that will be appearing in the top left of your webcast screen here momentarily, but I will do my best to update the score early and often. It's Garcia getting things going for the Wildcats here in set number 2. Not a great set that time by Kirsten Hoops, and that'll result in a point for the Wildcats. Their first lead of the contest. Lancrone, Hoops, back to Rickard. And Bruins have dug themselves an early 2-0 hole here Hoops serves it back to Catherine Hoops, kept alive by the Wildcat defense. Free ball opportunity. Cruz to Hoops, far side to Catherine Hoops. Again, that blocking attack up front by the Wildcats has been what has essentially kept them in the game. For a bit. And another point for the Bruins. We're back even. And we're going to have a violation here on the Bruins. Wildcats get the point. Hoops back to Blaylock. And a back row kill that time by the Wildcats. Make it 4-2. Now in favor for Johnson and Wales. Cruz, that one blocked at the net, but it's going to fall on the Wildcats side, make it 4-3 in favor of the Wildcats. They trail by 1. Back row kill, that's going to go over top and out of play. We're back even at 4-4 here in set number 2. Again, the Bruins up 1-0 in the match overall. Tough play. Going to be a free ball. Langcrone sends it back to Cruz. Another free ball. Back and forth. Back row kill attempt, no good. Hoops keeps it alive. Now Timber Cruz. Another long volley between these two teams, and you knew the Wildcats weren't going to back down, and they get the point after the long volley. Make it 5-4. Hoops serving it up for Blaylock, and that's blocked at the net, but the Bruins will get the point. 5-5 as the two teams trading points here in the early stages of set 2. Trying to send it back corner. Langcrone to Hoops. Back out to Cruz. And a great dig on that back row by Garcia to keep it alive. Hoops back across to Emma Riddle. And that's going to hit the antenna and result in a point for the Wildcats. Make it 6-5 here in set number 2. And another point for the Wildcats. Cruz trying to drop this one over. Trying to go back row. Swihart keeps it alive. Back to Hoops now. Trying for that back row kill. And another big time swing by Amari Young. And Johnson of Wales now with an 8-5 advantage here in set number 2. It's going to be blocked, but out of play. Make it 8-6. Blocked, big block up front by Emma Riddle. 8-7, set number 2. Bruins already with a 1-0 lead. They took set 1, 25-12. Wildcats hoping to even things up here in set 2. Bruins hoping to take a commanding 2-0 lead. Free ball. Swihart hoops, back to Riddle. And that one's going to fall to the ground. Thunderous kill that time from Emma Riddle. We're locked at 8. Hoops. Back to Catherine Hoops. Hoops to Hoops. Equals 1 point. And that's 9-8 now. Bruins take their first lead of the second set. Riddle tapping this one over. Emma Riddle with another point. Make it 10-8 in favor of BJU. Update from out at Alumni Stadium. It's 1-1 still as we near the end of the first half. Inside, it's 10-9 here in the second set. Hoops to Hoops. Blocked at the net, but that's going to find its way out of play. And that'll even things back up 10-10 here in the second set. And that goes out of play. It's 11-11 now here in the second set. Set number 1, the Bruins completely ran away with it in that first set. Wildcats getting some life here in the second set. It's 12-11 in favor of BJU. But the Wildcats have kept pace here in this second set. And another service error for the Bruins. Lancrone. Back to Blaylock. Tipped ahead. Hoops. Back to Hoops on the outside. Cruz keeping it alive. Hoops back across to Catherine Hoops. Tried to go down the line there, but unsuccessful. Hoops serving it up for Reichard. And she's able to get the point and gives the Bruins the lead back 13-12. Catherine Hoops was serving in the first set when the Bruins went on a pretty big run and ended up running away with it in that first set. Let's see if she can do the same here in set number 2. Back across, tipped at the line, or at the net, excuse me. Blaylock coming back across, and Blaylock gets the kill. Make it 15-12 here in set number 2. Make it 15-13. And an ace from the Wildcats, 15-14. Here in set number 2. Again, the last time these two teams played, it went 4 sets. Bruins coming away with a 3-1 victory in Charlotte. Blaylock coming back with a kill. She's had a couple of those in this match so far. 16-14. Our score here in the second set. And it's going to be a double hit. Make it 17-14. Here in set number 2. Hoops serving it up for Cruz on the outside, and she splits the defenders and gets the kill on the back line. Make it 19-14. Bruins trying to pull away here. And a timeout for the Wildcats. Are happy to report that the score bug is back working. You should be able to see it in your top left corner of your screen now. You see it's 19-14 here in set number 2. And the Bruins have a 1-set lead. That'll be out of play. Bruins get the point. Make it 20-14 now. Bruins looking to close out set number 2. Riddle sending a free ball over. Back to the outside. Good dig that time by Hoops. Tapped at the net, and it'll be a point for the Bruins on the violation. Point that time for the Wildcats. It's 21-15 now. Lancrone, Hoops, just sending it over. Blocked at the net by Emma Riddle. Big time play by the senior. Tapped at the net. Kept alive. Good dig there by Hoops. Lancrone sending it ahead to Timber Cruz. Bruins just 2 points away from taking a commanding 2-0 lead in the match. Cruz out of play on the block. Set point. And another service error for the Bruins. 24-16 our score here in set number 2. Riddle trying for that back row kill. Bruins still have set point, 24-16. Pinkies are up. Hoops to Timber Cruz. Not going to drop that time. Tapped over. Hoops trying for the dump, and she'll get it. So back and forth contest in set number 2. Before the Bruins pull away late, they now have a 2-0 lead in the match. Hoping for the sweep. Set 3 coming up. Set number 3 about to get underway here for your BJU Bruins. Lady Bruins up 2-0 in the match. They took set 1 25-12, set 2 25-16, hoping for their 5th straight sweep, which would increase the winning streak to 9 straight games. In what has been a very magical run for the Bruins. Started off the season with a tough part of their schedule, but in the last couple of weeks, they have absolutely soared. Wildcats, are hoping to extend this game longer. The Bruins are hoping they can wrap this up in 3. Bruins get the point right back. Down the line, and that's going to find its way in. Make it 2-1. Hoops serving once again. Blocked at the net initially. And another kill. That'll find its way down, make it 4-1 now for the Bruins here in set number 3. Again, in set 1, Bruins were able to jump out to an 8-3 lead and really never looked back after that. Lane Crone not able to keep it alive that time. We don't have official stats in front of us, folks, but she is only, coming into this match, she was only 14 digs away from surpassing 1,000 career digs. So you figure if she doesn't get it tonight, likely will get it on Friday. That'll be the next matchup for the Bruins. And that's going to fall for a point. Oops. Back to Timber Cruz. Too much on that one. And it's going to go out of play. And it's 5-3. Score is still 1-1. Outside. But we are at halftime of the men's soccer game. Again, a busy week of home games for the Bruins. Big time kill from Etta that time. Games tonight. Of course, the homecoming match for the volleyball team on Friday. It's also senior night for Emma Riddle, the lone senior on the squad this year. Make sure to make your plans to join us either on the webcast or here in person. Again, our events are all free admission. So make your plans to join us. Then on Saturday, we have back-to-back soccer matches for homecoming. Women's soccer at 4, men's soccer at 7 at Alumni Stadium. And we also have some fireworks planned for after the men's game, so make your plans to join us. Cruz trying to go down that line, kept alive by the Wildcats. Hoops serves it up for Catherine Roops for that back row kill, and she gets it. Make it 8-3. Bruins hoping for deja vu, just like they did in set number 1, when an 8-3 run turned into a big run. And the Bruins never looked back, eventually winning the opening set 25-12. Wildcats have other plans as they come back with a big kill to make it 8-4. Riddle comes back with another monster kill. Might be a dent in the floor after that one. Hoops trying to go back row. Kept alive by the Wildcats. Difficult play, but a great play nonetheless by Kaylee Atkins to keep it alive, and that one will go just wide. And it was tipped up front. So it'll be a point for the Wildcats. 9-5 is our score here in set number 3. Back to serve is Michaela Seymour Tucker. Hoops back to the outside to Catherine Hoops, and a big kill off that back row. Make it 10-5. Riddle with the back row dig. Little bit of a rare occurrence for Emma Riddle. She's normally up front, but in this rotation, she happens to be in the back and made the most of it there. 10-6. Our score here in set number 3. Serving it up, blocked at the net. Big time block by Kyra. And Faith Blaylock will make her way back into the game. 11-6 for the Bruins. Here in the third set, they've taken the first 2 sets, 25-12, 25-16. Hoops back across to Blaylock. And now trying to keep it alive, and a free ball opportunity. Cruz to Hoops. Back to Reichard. Now back to Hoops, and that's going to be a point for the Bruins, as you don't see that happen very often. That kill attempt went up and actually hit the official after the block. It's now 12-6. Make it 12-7 now as Cruz comes back into the game. Lancrone, Hoops, back outside to Blaylock. And it was tipped. Hoops serving it up for Cruz. That one blocked initially at the net, but it will fall. Make it 13-8. A kill for the Wildcats. (15-8) our score. Another point for the Bruins, make it 16-8 as Emma Riddle checks back in. Reichert out. And that'll be a point for the Bruins, 17-8. Another point for the Bruins. They have a 10-point advantage, 7 points away from the sweep, which would be their 5th straight and 9th straight win, and 13th win of their last 14 matches. Landcrone trying to drop it right in the middle of the defense, free ball opportunity. Hoops setting it up for Riddle. What a play again by Emma Riddle. Bruins starting to run away with this one. Wildcats just hoping to stop the bleeding. Blocked at the net by Emma Riddle. (20-9) our score. That one blocked out of play. Bruins 4 points away now, 21-9 here in set number 3. A little miscommunication on the sub. Bruins hoping to close this one out here. They won set 1 25-12, 25-16 in set 2, and they look to be cruising to the win here in set 3. It is now 22-9. And a service error, make it 22-10. Kept alive by the Wildcats. That'll go out of play. Bruins now 2 points away. Hoops serving it up for Catherine Hoops. right at the net. And it's going to be a tip ball. And now match point for the Bruins, 24-10. Timber Crews back to serve. Hoping to close this one out. Blocked at the net, and that'll do it. Final score here tonight from the Davis Fieldhouse. Bruins complete the sweep as they get their 9th straight victory with a 3-0 win over Johnson & Wales University. Again, 25-12 in set number 1, 25-16 in set number 2, and then 25-10 to round things out. Bruins will be back in action Friday night as they welcome region rival Johnson University of Florida. That's a 6 o'clock start time right here in the Davis Fieldhouse. Make your plans to join us. It's also senior night for the Bruins as they honor Emma Riddle, the lone senior on the Bruins team this year. A great performance all around by the Bruins here tonight. Be sure to catch the post-game interview with Coach Denny on our YouTube channel, which will be up momentarily in the post-game recap at bjubruins.com. That's going to do it for us on the broadcast. I'm Johnny Gamet saying goodnight, God bless, and go Bruins.